everybody, I'm Sakar, and we're gonna be doing a little bit of a different video today. We're gonna be doing a tier list on all of the different class skill lines in the game because subclassing is here, and some people are like, hey, I don't know what's good. So it's gonna be a little bit of a different criteria for what's gonna go into S tier compared to A, B, C, and D tier. I don't think anything's F tier, more or less. I mean, I think maybe one or two, but we're just gonna leave that at the bottom, and we won't really say it's F tier because there's different things that each skill line brings to the table. Some are really good for damage, some are really good for healing, buffs, etc, etc. So let's just get on with the video. Actually, as we get started, if you could just do me a giant favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That's all I'm gonna ask. Also, as we get started, I want you guys to also know that on my second monitor, I have all of different class skill lines because I don't remember everything that has to do with every single class. So that being said, like, I know that for a fact. So to start with assassination, I'm telling you guys off the rip, that's S tier. Like, that's going on basically every single build, more or less, that a lot of people are running that, because that's got incap, that's got things like merciless resolve, it's got concealed weapon, two of the strongest abilities in the game. S tier, not even close in my opinion. All right, next one we've got Shadow. Sorry, I had to change the website because the one that I was using was very not up to date. There are so many not up to date ESO websites nowadays. It's kind of crazy. So Shadow, it's not bad, right? It's got Phantasmal Escape, it's got Shadowy Disguise, it's got a few other ones that are really good. But that being said, I wouldn't put it on the same level as Assassination by any means. I think it's good. I don't think that any of the Nightblade ones are really bad. I just wouldn't put it on the same tier as Assassination because you do get some good buffs out of it. Are they worth it though? That's another thing entirely. So Siphoning is going to be the next one that will be done with our Nightblade skill lines. I think it's good. I think that if you're going to be using this over some other ones, I think it'd be a little bit of a mistake. I put Siphoning in C tier, honestly, because you get like things like Healthy Offering, you get things like Siphoning Strikes, and even Power Extraction, but I don't think they're as great of skills as things in Assassination and Shadow, and I think that other skill lines just do it better, you know what I mean? Like other skill lines from other classes, I just think that they're overall better, right? So we're going to take that, and we're just not going to we're gonna leave Siphoning in the C tier. So looking at it for the first DK, so those are all of our Nightblade ones. For our DK one, Ardent Flame, I would genuinely put Ardent Flame at S tier. I think Ardent Flame is phenomenal. The amount of damage abilities that you get from it are amazing. Things like Molten Whip, Burning Embers, Noxious Breath are all amazing. Flames of Oblivion, all amazing skills. You get Dragonknight Standard in there, but honestly, I don't really use that ultimate that often. But that being said, the other abilities are too good not to use. I definitely think that Ardent Flame belongs in the S tier category for sure. That being said, we're gonna move on to Draconic Power, and I'm looking at it. Doesn't look anything special. You get Talons, right? You get Dragon Blood, but you're not going to use those abilities, right? Compared to some other ones. I put Draconic Power like at C tier. I think it's in the same thing as Siphoning, where it's like, if you're locked to that class and that class only, yeah, I would say so. But this is definitely the replaceable. This is definitely the replaceable skill lines for sure. I wouldn't really think that they're anything special by any means. But that being said, Earth and Heart. Earth and Heart's got some good abilities, I'm not gonna lie. You get Corrosive in there, and Corrosive is one of the strongest ultimates in the game. You get things like Shattering Rocks, Fossilize, whatever you want to call it. You get Cinderstorm. It's really good. It's really good. I think it's very situational. I would put it between B and A tier, but that being said, Corrosive is one of the strongest ultimates in the game. You can combo so many good things with that. I'd put it at A tier. I don't think it's near Ardent Flame by any means, but I definitely think I think it's high up there, right? It's not near C tier, but I definitely think it's pretty up there, you know what I mean? So Aedric Spear is going to be our next one. Sorry, I'm like clicking on the website as I'm going. So as you see me, I'm reading like all the abilities because I don't know everything in every single one. Like I've been playing this game since release and I still don't know that stuff. I don't care. Aedric Spear, guys, no question, S tier. S tier. I'm taking questions, that being said. Crescent Sweep, one of the best ultimates in the game, in my opinion. Comboing Burning Light with Crescent is amazing because that's a lot of burst damage. You also get things like Binding Javelin, which in my opinion is one of the best CCs in the game. On top of that, Focus Charge, things like that. Also, a lot of the passives that you get from this one are amazing. Burning Light is one of the best passives in the game, and I definitely think that it belongs in the S tier category. Not even close. Like the amount of damage that you get from this, it's really good. Like I highly recommend it. That being said, Dawn's Wrath is the next one, and looking at it, you get Radiant. You get Radiant Impression, which isn't bad. You get Backlash, which isn't bad. But that being said, I don't think it's that special. Like, you get Living Dark as well. But that being said, I don't think it's special. I don't think anything here is a must-have. You can only have 3 class skill lines on any character at a time. And honestly, I don't see this being worth it. I think it's higher than Draconic Power and Siphoning for things like Radiant. But, I mean, maybe for PvE. Oh, yeah, guys, I didn't establish this. This is for PvP, by the way. PvE, I don't know anything about. So, all my PvE gamers, I apologize. I don't know anything about PvE. So, I know that Radiant in PvE is really strong. This is for PvP. I just wanted to say. So, Dawn's Wrath, I'm going to put in the B tier. I think it's pretty respectable. It's better than Draconic and Siphoning, in my opinion, but not as good as Shadow. And I think that's literally the basis that we go off of. Restoring Light, though, Honor the Dead, really good. Repentance is, I don't think it's necessary nowadays. That being said, you do get the cleanses like Extended Ritual, and you also get Restoring Focus. You get that Rune Focus. I think it's good. That being said, I personally wouldn't use this. I think that you can get better sources of major resolve than Rune Focus. I think it's a good one. I don't think it's the best one. And then also for Honor the Dead, you could just use the Scribe Heal and it's better. So personally, I would put it in the same category as Dawn's Wrath. Like, yes, you get the cleanse and it's really good, the cleanse. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a really good cleanse. But I wouldn't put it on the same category as like Shadow, or like Earth and Heart or anything. But it's better than Draconic Power, right? So it's got that going for it, right? I don't know. That's my opinion, at least. All right, Warden. We're starting off with Animal Companions. Scorch, Swarm, Betty Netch. S tier. You guys know it's going in the S tier. You guys know, I know. Anybody who's played this patch so far knows Animal Companions goes in the S tier. Not even close. Like, the buffs that you get from here are amazing. Bull Netch, Blue Netch. Both are amazing because of those cleanses as well. Swarm is a great dot as well. Deceptive Predator / Bird of Prey is a great skill to just leave on your front bar and have a nice little, what's the word? Snare removal. Sorry, I forgot the word. It's really good. Also, Deep Fisher, comboing that with a lot of your other things, amazing. Top tier. Can't express how much it is amazing. Green Balance, though, on the other hand, I don't think Green Balance is anything special. I'm gonna put that in. Honestly, this is gonna be our first D tier category. I would not use anything on here over any other skill line in the game. I think that even Siphoning and Draconic Power have like Leap, that being like to like Leap and everything, and even Tether to make it halfway decent. But Green Balance, you get nothing from here, in my opinion. Yes, you get Lotus Blossom, and that's not bad. Leeching Vines isn't a bad skill by any means, but now it's just kind of outdated. And Healing Thicket, it's a good ultimate, yeah, but I mean, it's not the best ultimate, right? I don't think that anything in this skill line is that great, right? So I wouldn't really use that ever. All right, and then Winter's Embrace. We get Permafrost in here, Northern Storm, whatever you want to call it. Amazing. I think Ice Fortress is a great source of major resolve. I think it's one of the best ones. Even Arctic Wind and... Oh yeah, they changed Arctic Wind recently, huh? I don't know how great it is then. I don't know about recently. Sorry, I took a long break from the game. And then Shimmering Shield is actually a pretty good skill too, I would say. I think that people sleep on Shimmering Shield a lot. I think that this skill line is amazing because of Northern Storm. But I think that's the only thing that's really carrying it to a top tier potential. I wouldn't say it's worth it by any means. I think that it's very situational. I put it in the B tier category. I don't think it's as good as Shadow and Earth and Heart, but I don't think it's as bad as Siphoning and Draconic Power. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's got some good skills. The ultimate is amazing. I think Northern Storm is without a doubt still one of the best ultimates in the game, but I just don't think it's good enough to keep to keep that skill line. You know what I mean? So definitely gonna leave that in the B tier category. That being said, Great Lord, Frozen Colossus, Pestin Colossus, what do you want to call it? Still an amazing ultimate. Blast Bones is great right now. Like, everybody's using it. Even things like Skeletal Mage, it's a really good source of major brutality and sorcery, I would say, because it does damage. I wish the duration was a little bit longer, but it is still good. I think that for the reason of Blast Bones alone, I can't decide if I want to do A or S. I think Blast Bones is very strong right now. I think Blast Bones is very strong right now. You know what? Let's put in the S tier category, because I'm not putting any of the other Necro ones in the S tier category. And right now we're batting 100, but we're getting at least one in each. We're getting one S tier in each one. That being said, Arcanist, we're going to be stopping at you most likely. Sorry, spoiler alerts. I know. Sork is getting there though, I'm telling you. Bone Tyrant though. Let's look at Bone Tyrant next. All right, Bone Tyrant. We get Goliath as our ultimate. Blah. Scythe as a skill. Blah. Summoner's Armor as your source of major resolve. No. Bitter Harvest. No. Honestly, D tier. Nothing. I would not use anything here over any other skill in the game. If you use Summoner's Armor over something like Winter's Embrace, Ice Fortress, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Bone Tyrant, D tier. I don't think anybody's really using this right now. It's such a shame, because I think that Scythe is such a cool looking skill. I really think that Scythe is one of the coolest looking skills in the game. I'm so upset that it's been the most useless skill since release. Sorry. That being said, Living Death, you have the Resurrection one, which is not my cup of tea, but it's pretty good when you're in a group setting. I'm not gonna lie. You get Resistant Flesh as a heal. Don't think that's a good heal. You get Expunge and Modify / Hexproof, Spirit Mender, Tether. I don't think it's that great. I think the only thing that's got going for it is the Resurrection Ultimate, which I think is incredibly situational. I personally don't think it's that great, but that being said, I think it's still better than Bone Tyrant. So I'm going to put the C tier category. I think that's pretty fair. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. All right. So for the next one, we're going to do Dark Magic. Dark Magic is our Sork ability, and Dark Magic is good. Dark Magic is going to have Negate, which is amazing. Crystal Weapon / Crystal Frag, which I love using that on my base Sork. Dark Deal as well. I think Dark Deal gives you unlimited sustain. Dark Deal gives you unlimited sustain, period. And I think that people sleep on Crystal Weapon so much. I'm such a big Crystal Weapon fan. I don't know if I want to put an A or B tier. I have a Sork that uses Dark Magic and Storm Calling, and it's such a good combo. A tier. A tier. I think that Dark Deal is such a strong ability, and it gives you so much sustain that you could just build into damage. I'm gonna put an A tier. Part of me wants to put a B tier. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. I think it's still good. I think that's a pretty fair place to put it. Daedric Summoning, that being said, on the other hand, I think that this is probably the weakest out of these Sork skill lines. You get Atronach, all the bird stuff, Curse, Ward. That stuff isn't that great anymore, in my opinion. I don't think it's really that worth it. I will put that at like C tier, unless you want to go like the Pet Sork route or like the Zoo build. But I don't really think it's worth it, honestly. I put it at C tier. I don't think it's that great. That being said, guys, we're putting Storm Calling at S tier because it's one of the best wounds in the game, and I use it on basically every single one I build because Hurricane is the best form of major resolve in this game. If you don't like it, you could fight me about that. It is. You can't convince me otherwise. Also, on top of that, Crit Surge is the best form of major brutality / sorcery in the game. Again, you can fight me about that. I will not back down. That is facts. Also, Streak / Ball Lightning is amazing, and Overload, amazing. That deserves the S tier spot, without a doubt. Like without a doubt. And then Arcanist, finally, let's finish this off strong. Soldier of Apocrypha. I never know what's in these things. The bubble ultimate, Impervious Rune Ward, the armor, Cruxweave armor, Runic Defense, Rune of the Eldritch Horror. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't think any of these Arcanist skills are gonna be worth it. I'm C tier. Not great. We're gonna go through this one really fast, guys. We're gonna go through this one really fast. I don't want to waste your guys' time. You know what, guys? As we do this, I'm not impressed. I'm waiting for this one to load. Unblinking Eye, Tide King's Gaze, Rune Blades, Fate Carver. Fate Carver is going to be really good in PvE. I know it's really good in PvE. It ain't that great in PvP. Abyssal Impact. Like that's like Cephaliarch's Flail. That's good, I guess, but it's not great in PvP. Inspired Scholarship / Recuperative Treatise. I'm gonna put it one step higher. B tier. B tier. All right, and as we do this last one, if you guys could do me a giant favor, hit that like button if you haven't yet. Make sure you subscribe. All that stuff is very important to me. We're trying to grow as much as possible and really close to that 11,000 subscriber mark. So if you could just hit that subscribe button for me, I'd highly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And then for our last one, Vitalizing Glyphic as our ultimate. I've never even used that ultimate, even when I was just an Arcanist. Evolving a Runement as a heal. The heal beam thing. Apocryphal Gate, like the gate, bro. D tier. You're disgusting. You're disgusting, dude. It was crazy. We got to S tier on all, like one per class had an S tier, and then we got to Arcanist, and it was like, meh. I don't know. I thought it was. I think it's a pretty good one. I think it's a pretty good list. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. What do you guys think? I think that's pretty good. I don't have any regrets about that. If you guys enjoyed this, let me know. If you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on it. If you guys agree with me, let me know. If you disagree with me in any way, please let me know in the comments. Like I'd love to know what you guys think is deserves to be in a different spot. Something needs to be buffed, nerfed. Let me know. Like let me know. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.